Hi, this is Dario. Welcome back to my channel, Motley Reads. And I'm here today together with
Me, his daughter, Maya.
my daughter Maya, yes. So we are going to talk about some books that we read during the month of June. And the month of June, it is a Pride month. So that's the month in which we read fiction that is LGBTQ, all LGBTQ plus fiction written by or by the authors that are LGBTQ or about that theme. So this is the second time I'm participating in this event. Last year I participated, and this year Maya decided to join me. And we talked about it in our introduction video as a very important topic in our society. And the reason for that being it's really the oppression we can see in the society against people of LGBTQ sexual orientation or LGBTQ identity. The legislation changes that are going on even in European Union that are delimiting the human rights basically of that community. And quite interesting, it's I usually don't follow statistics of my channel at all, but I made the video just a couple of weeks ago as a comment to Claudia Spencer of Spencer's Library on statistics, and then I take a deeper look in my statistics, and what I noticed is that the only times I'm losing subscribers en masse, actually in significant amounts, and the only times where I'm getting dislikes on my videos is when I talk about LGBTQ+. And this is quite interesting, really. I was kind of I didn't really expect that I would find something like that at BookTube. Of course, everybody doesn't need to be of the same opinion, but it's somehow, I think that there are certain fundamental values regarding the equality of all people that are permeating our community. And so I was a bit disappointed. I don't know. Maybe I'm just running into too much conclusions, but that was something I discovered. So hence I think this is also one of the reasons. If what I'm assuming is true, this is also one of the reasons why this is quite important event. Now today is the 2nd of July, right?
Yes.
And this we were supposed to do this end of June. Unfortunately, I've been away. I've been on a business trip to Switzerland, so I wasn't here throughout this week, and we didn't finalize our books last week, so it has to be 2nd of July. So apologies for you needing to wait for us until the expiry of the month. So you read the book, yes, and I read the book, yes, and we are ready to talk about our books. And I think that you should start. What did you read?
So I read Maurice by Forster. I'm just gonna do a quick summary about the book. So in the story we follow Maurice, who is a young man in the 20th century in England, and we follow his journey, through self-love and self-acceptance in a society that doesn't accept him. And I give the book about 2 or 3 stars out of 5. Because I thought the book was okay. I thought it had a good plot. It was an interesting plot, and I really sympathized and cared for Maurice. But what I didn't like, it was the author's style of writing, because I thought that his way of describing emotions and some scenes, it was a bit intense and a bit, and there were long descriptions, and it kind of made me like drift away in my reading. So the book had its pros and cons, but I think I will maybe reread it in the future, because I think maybe I have to be a bit older to really it's quite a mature book. So I think I need to be a bit older to, you know,
To appreciate it.
Yeah, to really appreciate it. But even though I didn't love the book, I still really recommend it to other people because it is a very important book, and I think that basically everyone should read this book. It's very, you know, educating and important to see, you know, to learn to see things from other perspectives.
What did you like about it most?
Well, you know, I like that, you know, that you can, you know, see the struggles, because you always, you know, hear about the struggles. Yeah, it was really hard to be, you know, a homosexual man in the like back in the days, but now, like, this book was actually, you know, like, written in the early 20th century by a gay man. So, you know, it was really interesting to see how he felt society, you know, saw him. Does that make sense?
I think it does. You know, it is written sometime. It's beginning of 20th century.
1913, 1914.
Yes,
like that?
yeah, something,
so.
yeah, something like. But it was published quite late. I think
Yes.
it wasn't published until beginning of 70s, after his death.
Yes.
You know, in Forster's, and you know, the homosexuality, male homosexuality, was actually forbidden in England. I think I'm not really sure, but I think up until the 60s or something like that, right? So this was kind of, you know, hidden literary gem because of the political reasons. So you know, interesting reading, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, good. Thank you very much for that review. What I read is this one, The Veil of Loneliness by Radcliffe Hall, and this is, you know, the work of lesbian fiction. It's described as a landmark novel written in 1928, and it is a story that is written by a novelist who also was a lesbian woman, and it is very much inspired by her own life. Her life story was a very sad story, and this book is about her life, about her struggles with her identity as a lesbian in that time in society. She wrote this. This was published, and the book was actually banned, and she had to stand trial for obscenity. And it almost ruined her economically as well, to pay for the all legal costs here. So what is this all book about? It is a bit of you can say a coming of age story, and it's identity exploration. You know, she's a young girl in the beginning of this novel. Her name is Stephen. And her father wanted really to have a boy, but he got the girl. But he loved his girl anyways. But he raised her as a boy with, you know, all these, you know, tomboy stuff. And very, very fast she discovered that actually she's getting sexually attracted to women. She could fall in love with her maid, and then, you know, through schoolgirl crashes into more mature love, always seeking for love, seeking for acceptances in society. But because, you know, of her looks being, you know, quite masculine in her look, very much as Radcliffe Hall herself. And also, you know, people suspecting of her being a lesbian. She was always, you know, expelled from a society, and it actually, you know, forced her to leave England and move to Paris. And, you know, for some reason, Paris has, albeit England, albeit France being a Roman Catholic country, Paris has always been accepting for you know, people of different sexual orientation. So you know, lots of people from both UK and from the US gathered together and lived there. And so this book very much thematically resembles of many of the fiction that came during 20s, books of Hemingway, for instance, that are set like The Sun Also Rises, that is set in kind of that, you know, Parisian, bohemian, decadent yet very, very free, liberal environment. So it is a very intense story. It is sometimes I felt it was a bit too long, because, you know, there were lots of different episodes, and sometimes, you know, I could feel in a book idling, but all in all, it was pretty interesting story. It is written in third person, and the style of writing, again, even, you know, not only thematically but also in the style of writing, it resembles very much of writing of Hemingway, but also have writing of Evelyn Waugh and F. Scott Fitzgerald. Very modern style, that is, you know, rich with dialogue and rich with the social commentary, while at the same time you have a kind of a plot pacing. So it is pretty interesting read. Very rich on reflections on the societal attitudes towards homosexuality in particular. Characters here, Stephen, obviously very richly described as a character, but also, you know, both some other main characters and also some auxiliary characters that were described. Contextually, again, you know, the book is very much about the being different in a society, and being a different, not accepted by society. And here one passage that is kind of illustrating that, like this, Stephen is talking to her lover, Mary, saying like that: "Our love may be faithful even unto death and beyond, yet the world will call it unclean. We may harm no living creature by our love. We may grow more perfect in understanding and in charity because of our loving, but all this will not save you from the scourge of a world that will turn away its eyes from your noblest actions, finding only corruption and vileness in you. You will see men and women defiling each other, laying the burden of their sins upon their children. You will see unfaithfulness, lies, and deceit among those whom the world views with approbation. You will find that many have grown hard of heart, have grown greedy, selfish, cruel, and lustful. And then you will turn to me and you will say, 'You and I are more worthy of respect than these people. Why does the world persecute us, Stephen?' And I shall answer, 'Because in this world there is only toleration for the so-called normal.'" So it is very much, you know, I don't know how much has really changed, how much, the society we live in today is really changed. Back then, you know, it was a very much a theme that lesbian women and also other LGBT people need to leave many of these societies and gather together in France, in Italy. Here is another example. This is a Swedish novelist, Selma Lagalov, who is the first female to win Nobel Prize in Literature. I have this fantastic book of photographs. She was traveling around Europe, especially Southern Europe, together with another author, Sophie Elkan. They were close friends. They were lovers. But you know, back then it was a bit of hush. You know, you don't talk about that. And I think that numerous examples of couples that need to live their lives pretending to be, you know, somebody else, pretending to be just friends and needing to leave.
Close friends.
Yeah, close friends, and needing to leave the social context they are living in, and at all time, you know, filled with pain in their hearts because they cannot be who they want to be, you know, I just come to think about of another quote from this book, which is describing quite well pain that she felt and that the people in this situation feel. And now there was only one voice, one demand, her own voice into which those millions had entered. A voice like the awful, deep rolling of thunder. A demand like the gathering together of great waters. A terrifying voice that made her ears throb, that made her brain throb, that shook her with very entrails, until she must stagger and all but fall beneath this appalling burden of sound that strangled her in its will to be uttered. God, she gasped, we believe. We have told you we believe. We have not denied you. Then rise up and defend us. Acknowledge us, O God, before the whole world. Give us also the right to our existence. Pretty strong, and I think that's also what makes this novel standing out very clearly. Like in Maurice, basically, but the author is writing out of own experience, out of own pain. Important literature. So very well recommended. Again, fantastic book. It takes some time to read it. It is pretty long, but is very worthwhile and educative, if nothing else. So yeah, these are our readings for Pride Month of June. We had 2 backup books as well, but we never got to them. No, it was just this was a bit of work, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So who knows what we're gonna do next? You never know. All right. Thank you everybody for watching, and until next time, take care. Bye.